Wow, looks like I lost almost 7 pounds in just one day. It's one day after our cruise, and as you saw yesterday, gained 25 pounds. I was 199.3, and as you just saw now, I'm 192, so almost 7 pounds in just one day. That's a lot of water weight that I'm shedding. I did not eat anything. We'll see how today goes, see if I'm going to fast or if I'm just going to eat something really, really small. But we're off to a good start already. I've already shed 7 pounds of water weight, so that's good. The other thing I failed to mention, there was something else that happened to me toward the end of my cruise that I didn't mention that was a little concerning. We'll talk about that a little later. Right now, I'm just going to get dressed and get ready for the gym. So we'll go ahead and get a good workout, and then we'll come back and I'll kind of share with you something that was a little concerning. Never really had it happen to me before, and it was definitely a result of just eating way too much on this cruise. Workout is done. Feels good to be back in my home gym, and I was just a little bit stronger today that I've noticed. That's what gaining 25 pounds in 7 days will do. My glycogen levels are probably filled to the max. So my workouts feel great, even though I fasted all day yesterday. Not sure what I'm gonna do today. I might even fast today. We'll see how far we can push it, because we gotta get those 25 pounds off, all right? Already dropped 7, so we got a little bit more to go. So in about 3 hours, it'll be 48 hours since I've had my last meal, which was Saturday night, 6 p.m. on the cruise. So far, things are going pretty good. I think I'm going to skip eating today as well, and we'll step on the scale first thing tomorrow morning to see if I lose even more weight, which I should. I've already lost about 7 in less than 24 hours, so I should probably, we'll see, all right? But there was something that I mentioned at the beginning of this video that I experienced on the cruise that I did not mention, all right? So this was probably 2 days before our cruise was ending. I started to notice that my calves and my ankles started swelling, and they were tender. Same thing with my inner thighs. And the first thing I thought of is like, this has to be edema. When you're consuming so much food and so much calories, whether it's on a cruise, whether it's on a restaurant, it's loaded with sodium, loaded. I have never had edema in my entire life. So I was holding a lot of water, a lot of sodium in my lower extremities, making it difficult to actually go up and down the stairs. So I was really alarmed by that. So I decided right then and there, when that happened, I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not eating anymore. That's why on my last day of my cruise, I ate absolutely nothing. I could have had breakfast that Sunday morning before we disembarked, and I decided to totally skip it. So I didn't eat all day yesterday, haven't eaten today, and I probably won't even eat tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I feel pretty good. I don't really feel hungry at all. My workout was great because I know I probably, overfilled my glycogen stores. So I actually feel pretty good. So it's like there's no sense forcing myself to eat if I'm not hungry. It makes no sense to do that. I did that for 7 days and it doesn't even feel good. The other thing I want to talk about is that there was 5 things that contributed to my weight gain, and I want to explain what those 5 things are, and I experienced all of them. And the reason why I want to explain these 5 things is that I'm hoping that it'll help someone who's watching this video. If you've had like a weekend binge, or maybe you're going on vacation and you're a little nervous and afraid of gaining a bunch of fat back, I want to explain why it's not all fat, but it's going to be these 5 things. Okay, so whenever you do any type of overeating, maybe you're on vacation. Wow, did you hear that? This is Florida. I mean, it's sunshine and rainbows during the day, and then out of nowhere, thunder and lightning can happen. So hopefully we'll get through this video before it starts coming down. We are the lightning capital of the world, so Florida, it just comes out of nowhere. Anyway, the first thing you're gonna notice when you go on a weekend binge or a vacation binge is the very first thing that's gonna contribute to a lot of weight gain is obviously water weight. That's gonna be number one, is gonna be a lot of water weight. The second thing is
you're gonna be filling up your glycogen stores in your muscles, and that's coming from carbohydrates. I did eat a lot of carbohydrates, especially during breakfast. You saw the videos. If you haven't seen them, go back and watch them. I was eating pancakes, French toast, hash browns, potatoes, all desserts. So I was totally filling my glycogen stores. So that's the second thing. The third thing is going to be sodium. Okay, and that's probably why I experienced the edema, was the excess sodium and water weight. That's why my extremities started, hurting. A lot of restaurant foods, cruise foods, loaded with sodium, because they want to make the food actually taste good, so they just load it up with sodium. So that's number 3. The fourth thing that's going to cause you to gain a lot of weight is food volume. Obviously, food has weight, and when you're consuming 3 meals, and I'm talking large meals, and you're eating whatever you want, and you're snacking or whatever, food volume is going to definitely play a factor in that as well. All right. The last and fifth thing that can cause you to gain weight, when you go off your plan, what can happen is you start to develop some inflammation. All right, inflammation is going to set in. This is going to make it even more difficult to lose weight. So when you combine all 5 of those things, water weight, glycogen levels are through the roof, sodium, food volume, and then the inflammation, when you combine all of those, which I experienced, you can gain 25 pounds in 7 days, just like I did. Now, because I'm fasting, that weight's coming off pretty quick. So I just wanted to explain that to anyone who's a little nervous about, going on a weekend, eating whatever you want, or vacation, and you're afraid you're going to gain a bunch of fat. That's impossible. And in fact, I'll even give you some numbers. If I gained 25 pounds of fat, do you know how many calories I would have to eat in that week? I think it was like 87,500 calories. All you got to do is take 3,500 calories, which is equivalent to 1 pound of fat, and you multiply that by the amount of weight that I gain, which is 25 pounds, that's like 87,000 calories. There is absolutely no way that I ate 87,000 calories. So again, the weight that I gained, I actually know what, there's 6 actually. I only mentioned 5. There's actually a 6th one. The 6th one would be actual fat. But the fat I gained could be anywhere between 2 to 5 pounds of fat. All right, even if I ate, if it was 5 pounds of fat that I gained, 5 pounds, 5 times 3,500 calories, that's a lot too. What is that, like 17,000 calories or something like that? That's insane. So, 6 things. Like I just said, it's going to be water weight, glycogen levels, sodium levels, food volume, inflammation, and actual fat gain. You combine all 6, it's going to happen. You're going to gain weight. So I wanted to make this part of the video just to reassure anyone who may be struggling with the weight that they've gained. Look, this stuff will come off really quickly, and it's all going to depend on how aggressive you're with it. Now, if you don't want to take the weight off that fast, you can go slow. You can eat healthy. You can pull back on carbs and sugars. Just do keto carnivore. In fact, I'm a keto coach. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I've coached hundreds of both men and women from all over the world to lose at least 40 pounds in 16 weeks using my Keto Shed 40 coaching program. If you want more info on that, I'll drop a link in the description of this video. You click it, it'll take you to another video, and it kind of explains more in detail as to what I do and how I could potentially help you. And then you'll have an option to actually book a call with me. We'll have a quick conversation, and all we'll do on the call basically is 3 things. We'll talk about where you're currently at with your body, where you would really want to be, and then we'll figure out a game plan to get you unstuck so you can lose the amount of weight that you want to lose. All right, so with that out of the way, if that interests you, just click that link in the description. So I hope this helps you. We're going to continue doing this to see how much weight I can lose. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll do a full 5-day fast this week. I don't know. The one thing that's going to trump everything when it comes to your nutrition is listen to your body. Don't force the fat off. You want to coax it off. Now, some of you watching this may think, well, Tim, you're kind of going pretty extreme. You're going to do 2-day fast, 3-day fast. Isn't that really extreme? Yes, that's extreme. However, I'm going to listen to my body. If I start to feel weak in the gym, I'm going to eat something. If I start noticing my energy tanks, I'm going to eat something. But so far, so good. I feel pretty good. And based on all that food I ate for 7 days, I have a lot of stored energy. I mean, I'm obviously not fat. I mean, I can already see that I'm starting to get a little bit leaner in my biceps. I noticed my face. In fact, someone made a comment that they noticed a difference in my face was kind of puffy. My face is starting to kind of slim down a little bit because I'm getting rid of the sodium and the water weight. Those two things right there, you're going to notice a difference in your face, and you're going to start to notice, you know, striations coming out, you know, into my muscles, which it looks like they're coming back. I mean, yeah, I definitely was a little bit leaner in the bicep, but other than that, I feel great. And that's all really what I got. So stay tuned. I'm going to be uploading videos every single day because I want to show you and maybe help you if you're kind of stuck and you don't know what to do to get unstuck with your weight, or maybe you had a weekend binge, you know, or vacation binge. I'm going to show you how to take it off. But again, you know yourself better than I do. You can go very aggressive with it, or you can just take your time. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps the algorithm. Keep those comments coming too. I don't care if they're even negative. It helps the algorithm. All right. And always subscribe, or always hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, wait and see what I weigh tomorrow. Talk soon.